Hey guys, Eric here, and it's time for another episode of Backlog Arcade, and this time I am talking about a genre that I absolutely love. I'm not good at it, but I do love this genre, and we're going to talk about it right now, or a game from that genre right now. And it's a game that I feel that doesn't get the credit that it deserves, especially here in the US. It's loved worldwide, just not so much here in the US. And as always, if you're looking over my shoulder, you already know which game I'm talking about. So we're gonna get right into the details of this game, and then we'll do some gameplay, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this. Welcome to Backlog Arcade. Alright, so today on Backlog Arcade we are talking about none other than King of Fighters 98, specifically King of Fighters 98 Slugfest. This was the US release of the King of Fighters 98, which came out in July 23rd of 1998. For a long time, they were releasing King of Fighters games every year. So some of them, not all of them made it over to the US right as they were released. Some of them came over much later. Some of them came over immediately as the series gained popularity over here. So what is King of Fighters? So King of Fighters, at its core, later on there are 3D fighter iterations, but this one is a 2D fighter. And this is the one I am most familiar with because this is the one that was popular at the arcades that I was frequenting in the 90s. Basically, it's a 2D fighter that competed with things like Street Fighter and various other fighting games that were out at the time here in the US. That being said, I really liked the King of Fighters series because I was also a fan of Fatal Fury. King of Fighters includes fighters from the Art of Fighting series, as well as Fatal Fury, and I believe later on a few others. Also, some of the characters from King of Fighters went on to star or be parts of other games. I believe Terry Bogard, who's one of the main characters of Fatal Fury and is also one of the main characters in King of Fighters, I believe went on to be an unlockable character in Smash Bros. Ultimate. And he's been in various other games as well. Mai Shiruni, who is like one of my favorite characters ever, is from Fatal Fury originally. Then she became a star of the King of Fighters series, and then she went on to be a character in the Dead or Alive series, which is another fighting game series that I hope to cover in Backlog Arcade as well. So King of Fighters was made by SNK, and so not your Capcoms, not your Konamis, which were very popular in the US at the time. This was an SNK fighting game, which might be why it didn't really gain popularity here, because it was difficult to get access to. That being said, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about King of Fighters 98. I pumped my quarters into this machine when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it more than Street Fighter 2, which was very popular at the time, and I even loved it more than Mortal Kombat, and I know that's a controversial opinion, but I still maintain that this game had AAA graphics. It had graphics, in my opinion, that were better than Street Fighter 2, and it had mechanics that were a little better than Street Fighter 2. So at the time when this came out, there were other Street Fighter games, but the idea of having combos and counters and stuff like that was only just beginning to be explored in the fighting game genre, and I believe King of Fighters was kind of responsible for that to happen, or for that happening. Of course, games like Killer Instinct as well also had this kind of mechanic, but King of Fighters kind of has this mechanic where counterplay and strategic fighting play is key. It's key to victory, and for me it added an extra element into the fighting game genre that wasn't just how can I spam buttons as fast as possible. And I know a lot of people didn't play fighting games that way, and they were actually skilled and they could do all the stuff, but that wasn't me. Most of the time, if I didn't know how to play a fighting game or anything like that, I would just spam buttons hoping to do some kind of special move or something like that. Sometimes, even to this day, that's how I play, but that being said, I have fun. So, that's King of Fighters 98. We're going to jump into some gameplay of King of Fighters 98, and I will tell you more about the game as we go through and play. Gonna be 100% honest, I don't think I can beat this game. This game is really hard, but I have a blast playing it. So let's jump into the gameplay right now. All right, let's jump into this. We'll coin up. It's gonna give me a brief introduction about how to play, like every Neo Geo game does, which is really nice. And then we have options here. We have advanced or extra. I'm gonna go advanced, and we get to pick 3 characters. So I'm gonna start with Terry because I really like Terry. Then I gotta go with Mai, and probably, should I go Joe? Yeah, let's go Joe. So Terra, Mai, and Joe, this is the Fatal Fury lineup, or a Fatal Fury lineup. So you can pick which character you want to start with. I'm gonna start with Terry, and then I'll have Mai go second. Ooh, sorry, Joe go second. Mai go third. All right, so we're gonna jump into it. Now you have 3 characters. You do have to kill all 3 of the opponent's characters. So that means a lot of rounds. There could be 5 even if you just keep alternating. All right. So Terry's pretty good, as he is in most games that he's in. That being said, this game is not an easy game. It's a very hard fighter, and it requires a lot of skill. And I am not that good at fighting games in general, but I am not that good at this game either. But we're gonna see how far we can get. I'm trying to remember Terry. There we go. All right. All right. But you can look at the graphics. I love the backgrounds on this. So we killed one of his characters. Now we have to go for the other one. So this game is all about counters and combos, as well as special moves down there at the bottom. But if you look at the animations and stuff, they're so much smoother than like Street Fighter, OG Street Fighter 2. And this was around, the same time that, the Street Fighter 2 turbos and stuff were out and stuff. This was just, in my opinion, this was the better fighter. And again, I know that's controversial. Don't get me wrong. I love Street Fighter also. So he took out Terry. So now we're on Joe. Joe is a Muay Thai fighter. There we go. We got our tornado there. You can see our other characters down in the background there. There we go. Got a nice good combo. Oh man. I can kind of chip away at his health with my tornado. Oh, I can't let him beat 2 of my characters. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, who do we have? Yuri. Yuri is next. So we're on round 4. Nope, nope. There we go. Shit. Okay. You got a grab there, Muay Thai clinch. Oh shoot. I powered myself up. There we go. That's why I like Joe. I like that combo. There we go. All right. First opponent's down. Anyway, in my opinion, King of Fighters 98 is one of the better, or if not the best of the series, just nostalgia-wise. There is a 3D version. I think there might be a couple 3D versions. I'm not familiar with those. Never played them, but, never say never. May give it a try at some point. I don't dislike 3D fighters. It's just, this is backlog, All right, let's see what else I can do here. There we go. Oh, come on. How did I miss that? Oh, she armbarred me. Terry Bogard getting work. Getting it done. Who do we got next? Billy Kane. Billy Kane. Ooh. Shoot. There we go. Gotcha. You don't mess with Terry. Terry is Mr. Fatal Fury, man. Ooh, I thought he was gonna jump. Jeez. Bam. 2 characters down with just Terry, so that's good. That's good. Mary next. Oh no. Luigi. This guy is a savage, man. I hate going up against this guy. I remember as a kid going up against this guy and thinking that he like whips you with his belt or something. It's really weird. I don't think he actually does that. It just looks that way. Oh man, that's all right. He's got no life left. And Joe will get him. Whoa. Did he try to taunt me, or is that a counter? Done. My second now, which is exactly what I wanted. I need the Terry opener. This guy sucks because he's so hard to hit. He's so low to the ground. It's like the odd job of this game, man. Dude, that combo was nasty. There we go. Oh, shoot. I don't know if Mai's gonna be able to fight this guy. This guy is so low to the ground. Get that throw in there. Damn, come on. Nope. Oh my gosh, I thought I blocked. Come on, I gotta hit him with something. Okay. He just got rid of the short guy. Alright, next guy. Short guy on a big dude. The Neo Geo was kind of known for like really smooth animations and frame rates. And that really shows in this game. Everything's kind of like, everything's just smooth. Even the background animations have a higher frame rate than some other fighters at the time. There we go. I don't think Mai is considered actually a good character in this game. In later games, she was much better. She kind of has a projectile, but it's easily dodged because of how thin it is. That being said, we just creamed that dude. All right. Next one. Kim. Another Fatal Fury OG right here. Oh my gosh. Come on. That was... Yeah, he's gonna kill Mai. Then we'll have to beat him with Joe. See if I can chip away. Oh, that's gonna get me. All right, Joe, it's all up to you. See, we're on round 5. So these matches end up being absolute just brawls, back and forth brawls. And then, you either love that or hate it. If you just want to, progress quickly through the game, you're not gonna like that. That being said, I like the back and forth brawls. It makes it feel like, if you're getting destroyed or whatever, you have a fighting chance. Okay, I gotta chill with that combo. Okay, there we go. Come on. No. Dude, no. Shoo, lucky. He got so lucky. Okay, that was just silly though. All right, on to the next. Joe. Oops. Okay. I'm sorry if my button presses are a little loud. I tend to be heavy on my buttons. That might... Got my sliding combo there. Got my throw. That is not what I was trying to do. No. I really got to set up that combo better, because right now I'm using it and they're just blocking it like over 50% of the time, because I really telegraph it. Ooh, that grab though. Ooh, okay, not good. That's all right. We have Athena next. Okay. So Athena is a little different in that she's much slower, but has pretty heavy attacks. What do they call them? Meaty attacks in this game, I think. That projectile was terrible. Okay. How are you not? There we go. Okay, I was gonna say, how are you not done? Oh, they've got Terry and Andy. This is gonna be tough. Terry is just OP, man. His anti-air special move, even though it's a little bit harder to do, it's really good. Nope. Yikes. Alright, I got Terry. I gotta finish Terry and Andy just as Terry. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. Oh. No, I didn't. Oh, nicely timed. Nicely timed. Again with that. Jeez, I got wrecked. Okay. Alright guys, so that was King of Fighters 98. One of my very, very favorite fighting games. Let me lower this stool a little bit. One of my very, very favorite fighting games. I absolutely love the game. The animation is good, the counter system is good, the combo system is actually really, really good, and there's a lot of strategy, especially since every match is 3v3. And I like how they can go back and forth, and sometimes, you know, the underdog can pull off a last-minute victory and stuff like that. That's just mechanics that you don't find a lot of times in old fighting games. A lot of times they kind of feel like rock, paper, scissors, you know, like this character counters this character, and there isn't a lot that can be done unless your skill level is really, really high. Although King of Fighters is a difficult game, I feel like it's not unapproachable. And there are definitely versions of King of Fighters that are better than others. 98 happens to be like at the top of the top in my opinion. It was kind of like the pinnacle of the series. I believe there's another one that I played, 2002 I want to say. 2002 I feel like is a decent, if not, it might even be a little bit better than 98. However, it's just a little bit of a different system and stuff like that, and balance is a little bit different. The balance was different, was changed in each of the iterations of King of Fighters. So it's just one of the many things that was different, and I also like the variety and the cast of characters that these games have. There are a number of characters that you can pick from, and as I mentioned, from Art of Fighting, from Fatal Fury, and I believe later versions actually incorporated characters from other franchises as well. So those are my final thoughts on King of Fighters. Check it out if you've got a way. I mean, it has been released basically on any console that is out there. You can play a version of King of Fighters. If you haven't checked it out, please go and check it out. It's definitely an underrated fighting series, especially here in the US. And thank you for joining me for this episode of King of Fighters. If you ended up enjoying this episode, if you want to see more of this content, please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to build up this new channel and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, happy gaming.